Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Today we got some more work to do on the ILX, and I want to talk to you guys more about all the upcoming things we have going on with the car. As you see behind me here, we got a table full of goodies and things that we're going to be installing on the car. I want to go over it. We got this thermal gasket for the intake manifold, and it's from K-Tune. We ordered this up and we're going to be installing this in the next coming days. We also have some items from Blocks Racing that we ordered that are going to go with the transmission work that we're going to be doing in the upcoming month once it warms up a little bit more. And the other thing is we're going to be getting our wheels back soon from the powder coating shop, and those things have been gone for a few weeks and they're getting refinished. We're going to get them back and we're going to start installing them on the car, but figured since we're going to get new finished wheels, what better to get some new lug nuts to go along with it. And I want to reveal these. We got them right here. They're from Blocks Racing. I want to reveal these to you guys once we get the new wheels in, probably next week, and we're gonna install the wheels and put on these new lug nuts to go along with it. I think they're gonna look awesome on the car. But today, what we got in store for you guys is a refresh on the brake calipers. So I found this kit. It's from G2 paint system set. It's a brake caliper paint rated for up to 980 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very high heat resistant, and figured I'd give it a try since I've been having a little bit of issue with the finish on the calipers changing colors. And I want to show you guys the issue I had after I refinished the calipers myself in engine enamel, high temperature heat paint and such. And we sprayed them, followed all the steps, and when we went out to the track during those high heat sessions, you know, the brakes heating, cooling, what happens is the finish started changing on us. And I want to show you guys right now what that looks like. So over here, get the light on, you see the different shades of red that the calipers started turning. We got a little bit of dark spots, so it started getting from red, a little bit orange, and then darker in the areas near the brake pads. So this was very disappointing. We spent a lot of time using high temperature primer, paint, clear coat, and all that, and for this to still happen, I was kind of disappointed. So we're gonna try something different today. And I got one caliper rebuilt, and I want to show you what that looks like if you powder coat them. So that one is actually powder coated red, and I want to show you guys what that looks like. So this is a caliper that's powder coated, and you can see it's still got a little bit of color changing happening over here again in the areas where the metal is a little thinner. And yeah, still a little bit disappointed that even with a powder coated product for this to happen. So what we're gonna try is using that caliper paint, see if that holds up well and what kind of results we're gonna get this year once we take it out. And yeah, I want to show you guys, we did clean up everything after the suspension install and such. I remember when I had to drive the car out to get it aligned, it got pretty messy under here, just from all the snow that was on the ground and the mud from the road. Everything got pretty nasty. And back here too, we cleaned up everything really well. You guys can see Again, this car is gonna have some rust around it just from being driven in Michigan. And so right now, yeah, we got the car on 4 jack stands, and we sold the OEM wheels with the snow tires because we're not gonna need those anymore. So what we did is we sold those off, and we're getting the other wheels refinished and prepped, ready to go on here. But again, while I have the car up in the air, I wanted to refinish the brake calipers so they look nice and clean. You can see this one here is all chipped up. I want to walk you guys through this kit too that we got. This kit is pretty simple from what instructions say. Is all it is in here is do a little unboxing. We got, I believe, the paint brushes in here. We got the paint can in red. And this is the mixer. You mix this into the paint, and once you get that mixed up, I believe there's a 4 to 6 hour window that you have to get the calipers painted, or else the mixing materials in there starts to settle, I believe, and it becomes unusable. So it says it's good for about 3 coats on each caliper. So depending on how much you use, you should have enough to go around 3 times on all 4 corners. And it says it's about 2 hours of curing time before you can reinstall the wheels, and they suggest 24 hours before driving the vehicle back on the road. So guys have to be a little patient once applying this. Make sure the product gets its full curing time. That way you don't have any debris or anything getting stuck to the paint, or it changing color on you. Who knows? But I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. This product is made in the USA, and I believe I ran into this on an ad, and I started looking into it, and there was some YouTube videos on it, people using it, so I decided to give it a try. Why not? And this is all the colors that you can get this product in. I didn't want to go anything crazy, so I just wanted to keep it red, the color that I already have. And we'll start opening things up and see what's on there. Also, I want to show you guys the oil that I'm going to be using. I think from now on, I've heard really good things about this. This is the Ultra Platinum. A lot of times you'll see at the store the Platinum fully synthetic. This is the Ultra Platinum. It's ready for higher performance. So we're also going to do an oil change on the car. Car's been sitting for quite a bit of time, hasn't been driven, so I want to get this oil changed and get it ready for the spring come around, and we can get this car rolling back on the street. So leave you guys here and start opening this envelope, seeing what's inside of here. And okay, so this is, I think this is a instruction sheet. Yep, so instructions for this. Also comes with a brake cleaner. I forgot to show you guys that. It has a brake cleaner that it comes with that you can use to clean off the calipers before painting. So this is a little bit of helpful hints. We should be painting in temperatures between 56 and 70 degrees. So it's been a little cold out. We used our propane heater to get the garage up to temperature. So stirring stick, paintbrush. Pretty simple. They give you guys a little decal here. Now we're gonna start opening this up. We already got the calipers all cleaned up and everything, so there's nothing we have to do there. We're gonna start mixing the two solutions up and start painting. So the can looks like it's about halfway full. Now I'm not too sure about that. If it's what it normally comes filled up as, but just a little weird. It's only halfway full and you're supposed to cover each caliper, it says, about 3 times. So we'll see about that, how much it lasts. It suggests you do thin coats. So here's the mixing agent. It does say use the entire bottle. Stirring stick. I believe it said after you do mix it, you're supposed to allow about 5 minutes for it to react before you start applying it. So we're gonna leave this sit for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna come back to it and start applying it to the calipers. Hopefully it doesn't drip. It does look pretty thin, but we'll apply thin coats, not too heavy so we don't have any drips. All right, let's just set this on top of this envelope. All right, and we'll get ready to start painting. So it's been about 5 minutes. Now I can tell that just from mixing it, again, that paint has become a little bit thicker. It's not as thin as it used to be. And meanwhile, I was reading in the instructions and they said that it's an 8-ounce can and they provide about 4 ounces of product, and they specifically do this so you can stir and not spill it. I guess if the can was full and you were stirring like a maniac, you probably would be spilling it. But yeah, they're just trying to help you. We got the paint all stirred up again. So using this little brush, pretty sure there's many ways to apply this, but we're gonna do it as they're instructing us to do it, and with the tools that they provided. And I'm pretty sure this would be easier if the caliper was off, but one tip they did mention was run your fingers through the brush, make sure there was nothing loose. So we're gonna go ahead and hit up all the nooks and crannies, get this coat spread out nice and even. And again, more fine hair coming from the brush. If you guys know of any better brushes, please use it. This is probably something very cheap and simple that just included in the paint, but I can already tell that this finish is pretty nice. I like the color, and we're gonna go ahead and finish this caliper and I'll fill you guys in. All right, so first caliper is done and it looks beautiful. It's a very nice shade of red, and we got rid of all that orange color. And like I said, guys, take your time, make sure you guys get every corner you can get to and get some good coverage. So now we're gonna move over to the other side where I think you guys are gonna see the biggest difference. This one is the caliper that was painted with spray paint, and it looks absolutely terrible. So we're gonna start tackling this side. So we got some pretty good coverage all around the caliper. You might see some areas where it looks like it's not completely filled, but that's okay. Let this coat dry up, and then on your second coat you can get all the areas filled in that were just a little bit more beat up, and you see the paint not doing the best coverage on the first time around, but I'm very confident that second coat will cover all that.
Hi guys.
Hey guys, so we finished painting the calipers.
Yeah.
We did about 4 coats total, and now we're gonna let it dry overnight and see how it's gonna turn out.
Yeah.
I had a lot of help today, and he did a great job helping me paint.
So, that was not scary, heck.
Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a quick walk around, and we're gonna show you guys the calipers one at a time, and
Yep.
see what it kind of looks like after applying 4 coats. Alright, so here they are.
Yep.
It's very bright red, and
They're very bright.
a lot of gloss, and it looks pretty good. I'll show you guys the
Very
rear.
good.
This is the one that was
Very good,
looking very
guys.
rough.
I pretty like it. And so
All right, here's the rear. We had a little bit too much fun with the brush over there, so
Yep.
other than that, looks pretty good.
Yep.
Show you guys the other side.
There you go.
Alright, here's the other caliper.
Yep, here's another caliper.
Again,
Yeah.
we got a little bit
Yeah.
too carried away with the brush.
Yep. I had
And
so much fun.
last,
It's like little.
here's the last one. This is the one that was powder coated, and they all look good. So we're gonna check again in the morning, see if the paint leveled out a little bit. It is still a little bit rough on the surface. So next we're gonna let it sit overnight, and then we'll check them again in the morning. And meanwhile, I did order some new decals for the calipers to just spice them up a little bit, make them look a little extra nice until it's time for the big brake kit. But we'll check again in the morning.
Yeah.
So it's been a few days since we last painted the calipers, and I just want to show you guys the finished result. You can see it's pretty nice shade of red, and seems to be pretty durable. when the can finally dried up, it was pretty thick, almost like a hard rubber texture, but it doesn't feel rubbery at all. It feels pretty solid on here. So yeah, I hope it gonna hold up pretty good on here, but only time will tell. But I do have the decals that we're gonna put on here today, and to wrap up this job, finally came in. I want to show you guys the sheet that it comes in. So when you order online on eBay, you get this sheet of curved Acura decals. They are high temperature decals, and I'm very aware of how good they hold up. They lasted a pretty long time on my calipers. So what we're gonna do though is we're gonna cut up these individually with a pair of scissors, and these are the ones that we're gonna use on the front calipers. So we're gonna use these two for the front. For the rear, I'm not gonna put anything on the rear, but you have these if you were to have a bigger caliper setup, like a Brembo or whatnot. So let's cut these things up and we'll get them on the calipers. So we got it all cut up, and I'm just gonna show you guys where this is gonna stay. So once we peel it, this is gonna sit right over here, and just do your best to center it. I use the letter U and line it up to this flat surface here on the caliper, and it's not gonna be perfect, but yeah, it'll look good. It'll spice it up a little bit. Let's put the decal down. The phone's set up. Here's the other side. You guys can see what it looks like. So what I did, I went and put one in the rear so you guys can see what that would look like if you were to add one to the rear as well. You can go ahead and see that. That's what it looks like on the rear caliper. So I think next we're gonna work on getting the wheels all back on the car and get this car rolling out of here. But if you guys wanted to get this job done, pretty simple. Again, here's the kit. You get this, paint them, and then you can spice it up a little bit with a decal, and I think it looks much better than those plastic shields that they put on here that a lot of times they fall off and get chewed up by the wheel or can scuff your rim. So alright, hope you guys find this useful. Thanks for watching again, and see you on the next video.